Welcome again. This is your weekend market analysis for August the 21st to the 25th, 2017. Due to the summer holidays, August have been a month with limited trading opportunities. Ordinarily, we are supposed to be on vacation like every other traders out there, but for the educational purpose of this service, we are doing this live for you to have a first-hand experience of the market during this period. Okay. We believe once the summer holidays are over, we will have an improved trading frequency as September, October, November, December constitute the peak period of trading the Forex market. Alright, in this weekend market analysis, we will strictly be looking into at those pairs which are potential value trading opportunities for this upcoming trading week. Okay. All right, as usual, let's look into the Forex Factory economical calendar to see those high impact news announcements that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. All right, you are now looking into the Forex Factory economical calendar, and we are looking at the entire upcoming trading week from Monday the 21st to Friday the 25th. Okay, on Monday, as you can see here, no high impact news announcement, so that is a free trading day. You'll be trading without fear in the markets. All right, but Tuesday to Friday, we have this high impact news announcement scheduled. Not much, all right, not really much of economic events happening for this upcoming trading week, but you need to keep in mind this one here from the Euro axis. The European Central Bank president will be speaking. Draghi will be speaking, of course. That usually rocks the market. And on Friday as well, Draghi will also speak on the Euro axis. Okay, so these are the two speeches that should slow price for the week. Okay, as we are trading, you want to be careful trading all Euro crosses on Wednesday the 23rd and on Friday the 25th, as Draghi is going to be speaking. That is for long-term traders, while intraday traders, you want to observe all of these news announcements for the week. Okay, and as news traders, if we find any valid setup to trade the news, of course, once these news announcements are due to be released, we will switch over to our news trading approach, all right, and start trading if we find any valid setup. Okay. All right, so that is that. Let's now proceed to the charts and looking at those potential valid setup for the upcoming trading week. First, let's make a brief review of a trade that we are currently involved in. All right, a trade that we have already cashed out the second profit target, and we are now waiting to see if the third profit target will be hit. Okay, we were actually trading the trend collapse, all right, or even the breakout pullback bounce of this daily trend line, this line that was acting as support there, support here, and got broken, now retested. That was where we clicked on our sell button. All right, our first and our second profit target have already been hit, and about 70% of our profit has been cashed out already on this trade, and we have also trailed our stop loss to our break even. We are now sitting at a risk-free position. Okay, we are very optimistic that this pair still has a long way to go. The price should push to the downside further, so let's give it a little room. Even though Friday last week I closed around this area with that doji. Okay, this level does not belong to the daily time frame, right? It does not belong to the daily time frame, but as the market is going to open, we are going to be taking our decision. Don't be surprised to see a little push to the upside, but the overall direction remains to the downside. So you need to keep searching for short entries in the euro against the Japanese yen. But for now, there is no valid setup here, so we are not clicking on our sell button anyway. We are looking to see how we can manage the current trade and see how we can take more profits out of this trade. Okay. All right, let's move into the next pair in this review, and of course, as usual, the Euro against the American dollar. This is the monthly time frame. Let's begin analyzing this pair from the monthly time frame. Well, I am not going to focus on this aspect of the chart. All right, I am not going to focus on that. The entire price behavior, the entire price action here is over, and price is now acting on this area. This is where we should be concentrating, focusing ourselves in analyzing this chart. Okay, so from here, I will not be looking at this area, okay, anymore. I know that some of you might say this is a heavy area of resistance, and well, don't you worry. By the time price gets to that level, you will notice that this level here, all right, this area that is not even specific, does not make any sense again. All right, at best or even at worst, the line that I would like to keep will be this one here. Okay, just that one. Let me just keep it for the sake of discussion. Keep it to the monthly time frame. All right, that's the one that will be hit, but then might not even be respected. Okay, so even if you are taking a long trade, we might just cash out some profit around that area before this level is being hit. Okay, all right, so this is the area that we are concentrating, this little sideways price action that has currently given way, and the price has the potential to keep pushing to the upside. So let's mark our most obvious swing high right there, this one here. All right, I am not going to draw any line here. All right, price is already sitting above, so by the time price comes back down, that is when we'll be drawing this line. For now, like I used to say in the live trading room, you only want to keep at most 2 lines maximum per time frame. So in the monthly time frame, let's keep this one right there and this one right here. Okay, those two. All right, now let's look into the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, you can see how price is just sitting above that level. This area, the most obvious swing point there, it is an area. Price is sitting right here, and we had already analyzed that we might be seeing some hesitation for this week. Okay, for this month we might be seeing some hesitation, but the directional bias still remains to the upside. Okay, so be careful going short on the euro against the American dollar around this area, because price is sitting right on support. We only want to be searching for short opportunities if price comes back down. All right, even if price comes back down, you want the rising trend line in the daily time frame to be broken. Okay, all right, now let's see the daily time frame. Daily time frame, euro against the American dollar. We have a rising trend line here. This point, I'm going to change that line to red. Okay, so that's the rising trend line. You want to be very specific with your line. All right, price has been finding support each time it comes very close to that line. So that is the next line of support. So you don't even want to go short when this line has not been broken. You want to be searching for short entries when price breaks below that line. Above this red line, above belongs to the bulls, and below belongs to the bears. All right, that is the simple analysis there. Also, you can see that we are having that hesitation, a typical sideways or retracement channel. If you are trading the 3 SMA strategy, okay, a typical retracement channel, and you can see that the daily time frame is calling for an uptrend. That means the 3 SMA indicator says we are in a solid uptrend. Okay, solid uptrend. So let's apply the 3 SMA indicator to see the type of trend that we are having. Okay, now this is the 3 SMA indicator, and we have actually had the first bounce of the dynamic area of support and resistance, and now price is channeling, right, that retracement channel into the dynamic area of support and resistance. Let's actually draw that retracement channel. From their high, you want to pick it right there, the focal point of that retracement channel. This line belongs to the 4 hours time frame, so let's keep that on the 4 hours time frame. Let me bring it back. Just I want to see it in daily time frame. All right, so that's the retracement channel line there, the retracement line. If you like, you can keep this one here. Okay, you see how price has been swinging up and down within that retracement channel. But this lower one doesn't really matter to me, so I don't like keeping that one. I'm only interested in the one above. All right, so this is a valid 3 SMA setup. Let's see if we can find any point of confluence around this area. We want price to bounce off the dynamic area of support and resistance to the upside. Okay, the shaded portion here is the dynamic area of support in this case. So we want price to come down there, bouncing off that area to the upside. Okay, for the continuation of this overall push to the upside, this trend. So any point of confluence there where like I usually say that you people try to misunderstand this confluence point. The dynamic area of support and resistance itself is a level of support, right? It's a level of support on its own and a level of resistance on its own. So you only need one or two other technical lines or point of confluence is coming around that area. Okay, so we have one already, which is the trend line. The trend line running within the dynamic area of support and resistance. So if price is able to bounce off that point within the trend line to the upside, this is a valid bounce that we will be interested in. Okay, so the trend line alone is even enough. Okay, so let's see if we have a counter trend line. I was trying to dig deep into this chart. Counter trend lines are quite difficult to find in here, but let's draw this one here. Let's take this one here. I had this line. Keep it right here. Zoom in this chart. Okay, let's zoom it out again. You will see that price found a resistance there again, resistance there before it was broken to the upside. So it is coming around that area right there. Let me try to bring out this chart again. Okay, it is coming right here. Okay, so if price is able to zigzag coming to that area, we get the breakout. That is where we'll be looking for our long entries. All right, you don't want to click on your buy button. This line is even too obscure. That is why I'm going to take it out. You don't want to click on your buy button as soon as price breaks somewhere in here. You don't want to do that. All right, you want price to bounce off the dynamic area of support and resistance. You want price to dip into that zone before the bounce happens. If price bounce somewhere in the air, you don't want to take that trade. You want price to come into the dynamic area of support and resistance before the bounce happens to the upside. Okay, all right, and as usual, the break of this line after price bounce off the dynamic area of support and resistance will become our trigger point of reference. And of course, we'll be taking that trade in the 4 hours time frame, which is our trigger chart. Let's see the 4 hours time frame and draw that line very specific in the 4 hours time frame. You want to be very specific with that line. Okay, all right, so that is it. So until price breaks this line, all right, with a breakout pullback continuation pattern where you'll be placing your buy stop order, your stop loss somewhere around in there. Okay, until that line gets broken, that is when we'll be clicking on our buy button. For now, price is still in this retracement channel, and we will not be clicking on our buy button. We don't want to trade against this level of resistance. Okay, all right, so keeping this pair in view, we are still following to see what type of price action we are going to be getting in the daily time frame, as price will make a little retracement into that area. Okay, all right, enough of this. Let's move in now to those valid setups that we'll be taking or clicking on our buy sell buttons for this upcoming trading week. Okay, all right, and the first pair